Welcome everyone. This video, there were some parts of it that had audio and some part that didn't. So it's going to start out with us talking. On the rack is Jake has some fireworks. Now we bought these for the 200 show, but they were with live music and everything going on. There was so much that we decided not to do the firecrackers. So he still has these firecrackers burning a hole in his pocket and he's ready to see what they do. So I'm talking about getting a mask on. He's talking about blowing this big old bubble over it. I'm like, oh geez, Jake, is this going to work? So you can see there's lots of fireworks there. He picked out, I don't even know, they all have different names. Now we did some of the sparklers, and did you guys notice during the show it got all foggy in there? The sparklers let off all the smoke, so we decided that, good grief, Jake. We decided that we didn't want to do more sparklers. So he accidentally dropped the firecrackers in the cullet bucket. There's potential that glass was still hot in there, so you saw him dancing there for a second, being like, oh no. Good thing that we both wear glasses. I was talking to Beth as well. We asked her to put on some glasses because we've never done this. We don't know. So he's talking about he saw it somewhere, some hot glass put over the firecrackers and what happens. Now I do have to say maybe this is why the audio went awry, because it got really loud and crazy in here and we all jumped back. Not sure what he's saying at all, but get ready for some action. Oh, he's talking about the other ones. I didn't want to do the other ones because they have plastic on them and I don't really like the burning plastic. That's no fun. So he's just going to do the basic firecrackers. There's like, I don't know, 6 on a side, tied together by the cord that you light. Let's see what happens. Okay. I think the other one's M80s or something. They all have names. I don't know what they're called. So he's going to ladle over it. I'm not sure why. This ladle weighs a ton. I hate using this ladle. Depending on your product, determines what tool you use. The ladle will take a lot of glass too. So you can see, look at, it's pretty heavy duty. It's a lot of leverage. I've used the ladles a couple times. There's a smaller one, there's a bigger one. Hot glass. Right over the firecrackers. So fun. This is what every boy wants to do. Take a bunch of hot stuff and light it on fire. I'm getting the next pack ready. Would have been nice to throw them right on top. I'm not sure if that would have worked. He's ready. Notice how we all ran off screen for that. Another pack. What do you do with firecrackers? You blow up things. You can ask Jake one time when we were in Florida for New Year's. He found a dead fish on the beach. So what do? We stuck some firecrackers in it and blew it up, because that's what you do. Something's up with his phone. He's ready. Look at how happy he is. So fun. So that was, what, a couple minutes now? You can even see how the patio glass is still hot. You may have seen some glass blowing videos years ago. We had done it as well, where you take a frying pan and then you put a frying pan on top of that and you can cook on top of it. It's not the best thing for the frying pan. You know, the heat is constantly going away. It's not a steady heat, but if you want to sear something, or like a stir fry was what we had done, it was pretty cool. He's commenting how the metal is rounding out because it's so hot. The other metal that we have on the table is 1-inch plate, so it's not going to bend and bow like this one is. These are paddles that have holes burned into them. They're older paddles, so you still use them around the shop. They're made out of cherry wood. He's going to take the glass now and put it in one of our trash buckets. And he's saying, let's put it in the one that doesn't have anything in it. So it's a giant patty. Nice. I'm covering my ears because when you pour that in, it's just super loud. So the steel plate on the table, on the Marver table, is still very hot. We're very aware and careful we don't touch it. This is now, Jake wants some of the bigger ones, M80s, I think they might have been called. The thing is, if you put them on the plate now, the plate's still hot. So then the question is, will they blow up just being on the plate? So he's debating about that. Deciding what he wants to do. I'm going under. It was loud. I do not like loud noises. So he's gonna take this and blow it over the pieces. So the first one was solid glass poured on top. The next one is blown glass. So you usually have to shape the glass right out of the furnace. Rarely do you just stand and can blow it. This just gives it a little skin, gets it under control so he can blow a bubble in it. All right, there they go. Kind of fun watching it on film. You can see what happened. Notice how Jake jumps. That was kind of fun. So there's lots of things in the glass shop. We gotta clean up. We gotta move things around. It's definitely fun to try different items. We can think about what they look like in the end, what we want to try next based on our experiments. I think there's some little mini clips that we'll put on the end of this video that actually have sound of, someone was talking like do bloopers. It's kind of like bloopers. You're going to see them. So I'm not going to talk through the last part of the clip, but I will say thank you very much for attending and watching the show. And we'll catch you on the next gathering point or a Neela reveal, but stay tuned for those next few clips.